Welcome y'all to another episode of the Live More, Leave Your Mark Total Retirement Game Plan YouTube channel. Today's topic is actually pretty near and dear to me. It's something that I'm excited to chat through with you here today. Today is about after the game, thriving in retirement after a lifetime of work. And why this one means something to me is because, whether I wanted to or not, but my dream of playing in the NFL came to an end at one point. And I'm going to be honest with you, that transition from chasing that dream to life after that was difficult for me. For today's topic, we're going to talk about that psychological transition going from a lifetime of work to retirement. And folks, it's a shift that oftentimes surprises people by the complexity that it brings. So we're going to explore ways to help folks find their purpose and fulfillment in this new stage of life. When we start talking about understanding the mental challenges of retirement, I think the first thing is we go through an identity shift, right? A lot of us define ourselves by what we do, by our career. That was true for me. I was a football player. That's all I wanted to be. And leaving that, it feels like you lose a piece of yourself and a piece of your identity. Sometimes we got to adjust to a new life without a certain title, without certain daily responsibilities. And it can feel like a loss. It really does. The other thing we got to figure out is, how do we have structure without having that schedule? Work provides us a routine, a reason to get up every day. We've got goals that we're going after. In retirement, we got to create some of those things. I went through this, right? When you play ball, you got a routine. You get up, you eat, you go work out. Even in the gym, you show up and they tell you exactly what to do. It's actually pretty simple. You don't have to make a lot of choices. The only choice is, am I going to show up today or not? And a lot of times work can provide that, right? So in retirement, it's really up to each individual person to decide, okay, what's my structure going to be? People may go through feeling, a little restless or maybe even some anxiety, right? Especially if you've had a really busy work life. And then another thing we've got to explore is navigating some of those relationships in retirement. They could change. You may have more time at home. You may have less interaction with colleagues. In my cases, I don't see my teammates near as much as I used to, and I still miss that. A few weeks back, I was able to fly out to Utah and spend some time with some former teammates, some more former offensive linemen. Man, what a blast that was. So we got to find, what those relationships look like and what's the time that we want to spend, pouring into those. And on the social side of things, right? How are you going to, be involved with your community and those around you? Let's dive into some of these things. I think the first thing is you got to redefine your purpose, right? You got to identify what gives you a sense of purpose outside of work. That's why our mission is to help our teammates live more and leave their mark. I think people really want this. I think people are searching for this type of thing. It could be volunteering. It could be pursuing new hobbies, learning, something new. It can come in a lot of different forms, but finding meaning in everyday activities can lead to a great time and a fulfilling retirement. I had to go through this, right? My purpose was to play football. Yeah, I got into the professional world. Things were going pretty well, but I lost track of where I was going, what my vision was, and what really was important to me. What was my why behind what I was doing? Obviously, I think the next thing is, getting into a routine, having some kind of loose daily or weekly schedule to bring some structure to your life in retirement. Mornings could be for exercise. Afternoons could be, spending time on a hobby. Evenings could be for relaxation or socializing with friends or family. But putting together some type of routine, I think will help a ton. This one for me was really big a couple of years ago. I've been very open with you guys kind of what my transition has been, but you got to emphasize, you got to focus on your health and your wellness, physical, mental, emotional well-being, really digging in and finding time and a routine that helps you focus in on those things. I mean, I'll put a plug in for lifting weights. There's a ton of research that shows that people who lift weights, they live longer and they're healthier. So having that fitness routine, maybe it's, meditation or prayer or, being involved in groups that encourage that type of healthy lifestyle. Fourth that we want to discuss here today is to have some personal goals, right? I love goal setting. There's a time in my life where I really got on myself for not accomplishing my goals, but it's important, right? And the big thing I focus on is what we call the gain. Where am I today versus where I was 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago? What progress has been made? And I'll throw in a plug for a great book called The Gap in the Gain. It's by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. Love that book when it comes to setting goals. And I think in retirement, it's an opportunity to set new ones that align with, your personal growth and your development. What are projects you may want to tackle? Do you have a travel bucket list? I'll share with you one of ours. We want to visit every Major League Baseball stadium. And so slowly we're checking those things off the box as we go throughout life. Are there any other things you want to get involved in? Writing, any other creative endeavors that you may enjoy? As we kind of finish out, I think a couple of things that are important. One, strengthen your social connections in your community. Build new social circles, right? Look, the locker room to me was everything when I played ball. And I went through about a 5-year period where I didn't have that. I didn't have it anywhere and I had to find it. And so I was able to find groups that, are aligned with kind of where I'm going. They're within the financial community. I'm super lucky. I'm super blessed. A lot of people in this industry, they feel that they're a lone wolf. And a lot of people are, right? A lot of competition, et cetera. But I've been able to align our team with other teams that are going in the same direction, doing similar things. So build those new social circles, right? Clubs, volunteering, whatever it may be. Pickleball is a big thing nowadays. Go out, play it. It's awesome. Obviously, strengthen your family bonds and your friend bonds, the current people you know. Find ways to regularly communicate with them, talk with them. That will go a long way. Visit with your loved ones. They can help provide you that emotional support and joy as well. And last but not least, I always tell people the one constant that we're going to see in life is that things are changing. Things are going to change. Try and adopt a growth mindset. Be willing to grow and learn and evolve. Be willing to recognize that we don't have all the answers. And then last but not least, embrace those unstructured moments. Embrace, some spontaneity. Those may have been rare in working years. During retirement, maybe you have an opportunity to embrace a lot of those things. And you don't have to be productive all of the time. Not every day has to be a checklist that you get all the things done. I mean, I know personally I struggle if I go 3 days without stuff doing, I get real antsy and anxious. But embrace those moments. Find a book to read. Sit down, lay in the backyard, enjoy the sun, get you some vitamin D, whatever it is, right? Well, this is a little different from the financial focus stuff, but I do think these are important things when it comes to retirement. Embrace it. Take time, be intentional with your planning, find your purpose, your structure, focus on health, your relationships, build a lifestyle that's fulfilling to you, live more, leave your mark. If you're enjoying this stuff, make sure you subscribe to our channel. We'll keep pushing it out. We'll keep having fun and enjoy a day. Y'all have a good one.